Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. All right, as we're going live in all the places, make sure you let me know that you're here. Let me get everything going here. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. So we shall see. All right, let me pull this up on my phone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Wendy. Good to have you. And you have to excuse me. I've got some allergy things going on this morning, so I keep having to clear my throat. I guess it's because the cool temperatures have hit, right? I don't know how cool it is where you guys are, but here it's kind of cool. It's up to 39 degrees, but it was 34 degrees just a little bit ago. So what's it like in Miami? Good morning, Carrie. Ooh, 76. Wow. Ah. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. I do love it cooler. Like I've been saying, I don't know if it's I need a nice warm hug or what it is. And my daughter actually gave me one the other day because she heard me talking about it. But I've been looking forward to putting on those fuzzier sweaters, and you have those. I love the fabrics. That the really soft fabrics of things. I'm really into the touch of stuff. Cooler for you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 76 would still feel kinda warm. But it is a beautiful day, and, I'm just grateful to be alive and to be here with you guys. Oh, it was near 100 last week, wow. It was in the 80s here, definitely not hundreds, but it's supposed to be. Oh, I knew what you meant. But I think it's supposed to warm back up. You know how it does. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this affirmation for you guys. It's 34 degrees this morning here in Michigan. It's supposed to be 76 on Monday. Yeah, we're kind of in that place too. It's a little bit lower right now, but it's supposed to warm back up. All right, so here we go. So our affirmation for today is, I trust and welcome new opportunities into my life, knowing they lead me to growth, joy, and endless possibilities. And, the thing that we talk about a lot is sometimes those opportunities show up as obstacles. And they're not really obstacles. They're there to guide you somewhere else, right? Like I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and I do not remember which one it was on. But one of the things that he was talking about was that he had the story about his barber, and that his barber was cutting his hair. And I think he said he only paid like $12 for a haircut or whatever it was. And that he had been going to him for a little bit, and he kept hearing these rumors that the guy had won $1 million in the lottery. And he thought, why is he still doing hair? Does he love it that much? What is it? And he finally had the idea to go ahead, it would be okay to ask him. So he asked him, he said, I heard that you won the lottery. Did you win the lottery? And he said, yeah. And he said, so why are you still doing hair? Do you love it that much? And he said, well, he said, when I won the lottery, he said, I did the things that a lot of people do. I bought myself, my wife, and my children all new cars. We went on this extravagant trip, and I had paid for all of the family to go. And he said, we bought new things. We did things to impress people we don't even really care about. But he said, then all of a sudden, he said, it seemed like it in no time, he was back to where he was, and now he's still doing hair, right? And the thing is that happens to so many people that win the lottery. And the reason typically is that the growth process they needed to get to the place where $1 million was doable, and that they would be able to handle it and take care of it and nurture it and grow it, they didn't get the growth that went through that place. And it's the same with when we have these aspirations of doing things and it's not coming to fruition. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not something that's going to happen for us. It means there's still some growth, there's still some learning process that we need to go through in order to get there. And that's what those obstacles are. Those obstacles actually help us to grow in a different way. And maybe they just change our trajectory of how we're going. But a lot of times it's something that we learn in there that is paramount to being able to get to that goal that we want and sustain it. See, that's the thing. Like somebody that all of a sudden has money rain down on them, somebody gifts them all this, they get an inheritance, all these things. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are able to handle it. Like I think I've talked about it before, is we have a thermostat in our bodies, in our minds, of what is acceptable for us. That's with relationships, that's with money, that's our business, all of these things. We have what we in our internal being believe is acceptable for us. And it doesn't matter if it's miserable as hell, if our subconscious mind and our conscious mind think that that is the level of what we accept. If that's our deep inner belief, we won't be able to get past it for very long, and then we'll come right back. That's why sometimes you get into a relationship that's amazing and it seems like it's going wonderful, and then suddenly you'll get irritated, or you'll tick them off, you'll do something that ends up blowing the whole relationship up. And of course, we usually figure out that it's all them, but it's our inner thermostat on what we believe we deserve or we believe we can handle. And so sometimes if somebody's way too good, it's like, I don't deserve this. This doesn't feel comfortable. Now, we don't do that on a conscious level. It's all below the surface, right? And so the reason I'm talking about this is because we can trust and welcome new opportunities. But the thing that is beautiful about this part is that they lead us to the growth, the joy, and the endless possibilities. And so I want you to be aware that all these amazing possibilities that you begin to see, because you're focused on possibilities and opportunities, right? As you're focused on those, you attract them more to you. And not only do you attract them, but you see them, because a lot of times we're attracting them, but we're not ready. And so we don't even notice that they're there. So we're opening ourselves up to the opportunities and the growth, the joy, and the endless possibilities. And just recognize that some of those opportunities will look like obstacles, but there's a purpose for them. So just breathe in and say, okay, what's the purpose of this obstacle? where is this going to benefit me? Where is this going to send me and teach me so that when I get that big lump sum of money, whether it comes from the lottery or it comes from suddenly you've got this massive following and everybody's buying your stuff, right? You can't handle it if you haven't had the growth. So each time something comes up, look at it as far as what is the growth opportunity in here so that when I get to my goal, man, it is golden. We talked about being the goose that laid the golden egg, right? And you can lay those golden eggs and have opportunities and stuff out the wazoo, and you can make tons of money. But if you haven't had the growth process to get there, it ain't gonna last. And that's the thing that stops a lot of people is thinking, oh, well, what if I lose it? Well, the thing is that if you haven't had the growth opportunity, it's almost a given that you will. So we're being open to new opportunities. Robin, let's see. Hold on. I can't read it from over there. If you aren't happy either, money doesn't matter. Right. Money doesn't buy happiness. It does buy more opportunities to be happy. I will say that because if you ask people that are living paycheck to paycheck or they're homeless or whatever, they would definitely be happier if they had the money to pay for things, right? And so it's recognizing that all of this stuff plays together, right? We want to be open. We want to be happy. The thing is, like, one of the things that I was thinking about last night, I know plenty of rich people who are miserable. Yeah. And I know plenty of poor people that are too. I know plenty of people that are midway, whatever the hell they're called, the middle class that are miserable too. I don't think money has a damn thing to do with any of that. I think it's who you are and who you've become, what you believe about yourself. And then the thing too is that money to me is just a magnifier. So wherever you are in that thing, if you get money, I know a lot of times people say that people that are rich are rude and all this stuff, but they would have been rude if they were poor. They probably were. Definitely. Yeah, Carrie. So the thing too is that I think the reason that you can find, and I'm just speaking from what I believe, so it could be totally different than what you believe, and that's okay, right? We can disagree. But I believe that the reason that you find people that are very wealthy, that are miserable, is because they got on this trajectory of creating wealth. And maybe they started it with something that they really didn't care that much about, but it was something that would make money. And so they progressed and they progressed. And after a while, they got so pigeonholed into this thing that they don't even like, that they felt like they couldn't step away from it, because then what about their money? And so they're living a life of not being fulfilled. They're living a life of doing things for the money, not for the joy, the happiness, the helping others. And maybe they do help people in the process, but the thing that they're doing that brings them the money is not fulfilling them. And so to me, that's why anybody that, whether they're poor, they're middle class, or they're rich, that they may be miserable is because deep down they know that they have a purpose that they're not fulfilling. That's just how I feel. Let me get some of my coffee. All right, so let me go ahead and grab the journal prompt. Let's see. Beautiful. All right, so here's our journal prompt. What would change if you fully trusted that new opportunities are meant for your highest good? List ways you can open yourself up to these possibilities and embrace the excitement of what's to come. And remember, opportunities that are meant for your highest good, they don't always show up as opportunities, they show up as obstacles. So that's what I'm really wanting you to see in here, is that get excited when an obstacle shows up, because it's the thing that's going to take you to your goal or get you closer, get you stronger, so that when you get there, delicious, right? And then it'll feel good. And then, then it's not like you sit on your laurels then, because then you're going to have another dream, another idea, and then something's going to show up to help you grow to that one. Because remember, the only thing constant in life is change. We're either changing to where we want to go or changing to where we accept. So, what would change if you fully trusted that new opportunities, disguised as obstacles sometimes, are meant for your highest good? And then list ways that you can open yourself up to these possibilities and embrace the excitement of what's to come. So, I'll ask you guys that are here right now, do you have anything in your mind that would help you to open yourself up to these possibilities? Now, if you don't want to add and share in here, that's perfectly okay, because I'm not putting anybody on the spot. But if you want to share, you're more than welcome to. I would love to hear. So I'm going to jump back to our affirmation. So remember our affirmation. Put it on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, a piece of paper on the fridge, wherever it is that you can be aware of this today, right? I trust and welcome new opportunities into my life, knowing they lead me to growth, joy, and endless possibilities. And, if you're only wanting to write just a little bit, you can just put, I trust and welcome new opportunities into my life. That's all you really have to put on that index card, that screensaver, that paper, right? Because that's the gist of it. The rest of it's just the gravy of what it means, right? And it might mean something to you. And so just finish it off however it works for you. But the main part is, I trust and welcome new opportunities into my life. And I know I do. I am always reminding myself that I'm open and I trust and I welcome. And then things show up. And some of them are obstacles, I will admit, but they show up. But I'm getting stronger, and I am becoming the person that goal would feel like, yeah. Right? It becomes your new normal. So the thing that I say every morning is that, way true. Yes, Carrie. The thing that I say every morning is to get your journal or your notebook out, put the date, put the affirmation and the journal prompt. And here's the journal prompt. What would change if you fully trusted that new opportunities are meant for your highest good? What would change? So the thing is get into the space of silence and just getting into your internal voice, right? Because when you write these down and you just sit and start journaling, it's your conscious mind that's feeding all the information. And we really want to tap into who we are inside, not what our conscious mind is trying to tell us, right? Because we are so much more than our conscious mind can even fathom. And because our conscious mind is all the time trying to keep us safe. And so if you've had, Like one of the phrases that I used to hear a lot when I was a kid was, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And that may just be a Southern phrase. I have no idea. However, what that implies is that no matter how miserable your life is right now, what if you change it and then that was good, right? And so sometimes that's how our conscious mind looks at things. You've been living a life of misery, but you've survived every second of it. So when you branch out and decide you're going to change your life and you start doing different things, your conscious mind will let you do it for a while. And then it says, maybe not. Because what? We know she can survive this. We know misery and all of that stuff is survivable. That we're not sure of. So it'll rein you in. It'll self-sabotage, and you'll procrastinate. You'll start doing all these things to bring you back to that thermostat level of whatever your life has been. And so there's a process that you go through in order to make sure that you can handle, and your bit by bit, your conscious, your subconscious mind starts seeing, yep, she can survive that. That's good. That's good. Keep going, right? Accepting that every now moment is perfect changed the game for me. Beautiful, Robin. Beautiful. Yeah, and the thing too is that when we live too far into or too much into the future, we're not even living our now. And so it's important to be living our now. So you've got the date on there, and what would change if you fully trusted that new opportunities are meant for your highest good? You've gotten into silence so that you can grasp what your conscious and your subconscious mind are doing. You're speaking from your subconscious mind. You're allowing it to give you information that you don't even know exists, right? So as you come out of this moment, few moments of silence, I like to do 10 or 15, then list ways you can open yourself up to these possibilities and embrace the excitement of what's to come. So like I said, now we're working on the luncheon. Oh, yes, Wendy. Carrie and I grabbed this fundraising opportunity. Now we're working on the luncheon. Yes, I love it. I love it. So just breathe into this, because the more you can allow your inner voice, your subconscious, to give you information, the more valuable you can, or not valuable, the more you can tap into creating new opportunities, the more you can allow yourself to move forward with your goals. And when you see what's going on, oh my gosh. So when you open it up and you list all the ways, you're going to be surprised at what your subconscious mind tells you, because it's probably not what you think. It could be, but who knows? Because most of that is under the surface, right? 12% of what's going on in our life is our conscious mind. The rest of it's our subconscious. So the subconscious is taking notes and taking names and doing all the stuff and listening to everything that you're saying to yourself. So as you talk about being open and trusting, and when you demonstrate that that's what you're doing, you're on the right path. You're golden, right? Let me see what's going on over here. So how are you feeling about trusting new opportunities? Trying to see here. There's such a delay sometimes that it's like I have to keep opening different windows to see what's going on. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Love it. Love it. All right. So I want to remind you that Wednesday, if you haven't looked in the events section or opened your messages that talk about the events in the group, Wednesday, October 23rd. So next Wednesday, Heather Mullen, who is a member of the group, is going to come on and she's going to share a little bit about her experience in the group. But she is a cancer survivor. I've had her on my podcast. And so she's definitely got an amazing story to share. And so I'm okay, beautiful, Carrie, beautiful. So make sure that you go in, you check that out, and you let us know that you're going to be there, because it's definitely going to be an amazing conversation. So I'm looking forward to it. And then Tuesday, October 29th, Ruthie is going to be live in the group with the holistic healthcare. So it is. She's got so much valuable information to share too. And the reason that I have, people that share about all kinds of things is because we're not, even if we're here because we want to be doing a talk or we want to be able to stand up and stand out, right? We want to be able to network. We want to be able to do all these things. That's beautiful. But we're not just a singular little focus. We are everything in our lives determine the what's going on. So if we have really, really poor health, it's not going to work anyway, right? And if our mindset's off, so we're, if you're struggling in your relationships, not so good, right? So we're opening this up to be able to share different aspects of us as humans that will actually help you as you're working toward doing your TED Talk, working toward being a keynote speaker, or working toward just being able to be confident that when you speak, you're heard and you feel good in whatever you say, letting your intuition be able to guide you, right? And so whatever it is that you're here for, diversity, yes, whatever you're here for, we want to make sure that I have special guests or I talk about things that help you in the other areas of your life, because we are a whole human and we want to make sure that we address the things about being human, not just about business. And so I wanted to make sure I said that. And then also, before I forget, or while I'm remembering, I have to change my verbiage there. While I'm remembering, today at 3 p.m. Eastern, Holistic Growth, yes. There's going to be another masterclass with Stacy. And the thing that has just blown my mind is that yesterday she told us that she's actually giving away one, I think just one, but I'm not sure, one of her memberships, I guess it's a membership, I don't know, to her program. And the program is one of the things that's helped me as I have been here with you guys. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you. But she has been the catalyst for helping me to grow the group and to create a lot of the things that I've been able to create through her program. And I've gained a lot more confidence. If you can go back and watch my videos from way back, it's like very different. And I'll be honest, I used to have, in order to go live like this with you, I had to have up on my screen like a teleprompter of exactly what I needed to say, because I didn't trust myself to be able to just have a conversation with you guys, right? So I had this agenda. I had all these notes. I had all these different things. And that's what was on my screen. So it looked like I was looking at you, but no, I was reading. And you could tell when I go back and watch some of those, it's amazing. Now, every now and then now, I will still have a few little notes that I'll put up so that I can make sure I touch all the little points. But then it's all a conversation. So it's a very different from where I started. And so I'm so grateful to her and her process that I want to share that with you guys. And I know a lot of people in this group are looking to network, to build their brand, to build their reach, because they have something amazing they want to share with the world. And it's like I talk about my billboard. If you can't tell people that you've got this, you can't solve any of their problems. You can't solve any of the things that they need that you have the gift to do. And so here's a perfect opportunity for you to do so. The masterclass is today at 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's a couple hours, I think. So you have to allow a little bit of time, but there's golden nuggets in there. So even if you decide that you don't want to pursue anything from that point, you're going to walk away with some amazing information. And then who knows, you might win the actual program. And because she's gifting, I know one, she may even do more. I have no idea. The thing is, I will put the link in the comments so that you can go today. Today. I'm losing track of what days it is. So today at 3 p.m. Eastern, it will be live. And once you've registered, you'll get a link so that you can actually get on, because it's on a Zoom, so you can actually participate. It's amazing. And I think she'll have it live in one of the groups too, but I'm not sure. You signed up? Oh, yay. So I will see you there. And so anybody else that wants to sign up, it's going to be worth your while to be there. I promise you there, especially if there's some gift within you that you're wanting to share with people, be there, because it's going to be the catalyst that helps you, whether you sign up for her program or not, or if you win the program or not. There's going to be golden nuggets that will definitely move your ability to affect change with others. It's going to be golden. So definitely, if it's at all possible, be there. And like I said, I will put the link in the comments so that you can go. All right. Oh, you did too, Carrie. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to pop in over here and look at this affirmation one more time, because I love it. Where are we on time? Okay. I trust and welcome new opportunities into my life, knowing they lead me to growth, joy, and endless possibilities. Remembering sometimes opportunities show up as obstacles. That's the main thing to remember, right? When an obstacle shows up, what an amazing obstacle I have right now. Where's the growth, and how is it going to help me to be even better as I get to my goal? Right? A new way to look at them. And your journal prompt, what would change if you fully trusted that new opportunities or obstacles are meant for your highest good? List ways you can open yourself up to those possibilities and embrace the excitement of what's to come. I see it as a redirection too. Yes. Yeah. It's like, I like to say that there's a like if you have a drone flying up above you and you're on this path, but the drone sees that, if you take that road to the right, you're going to have a canyon that you have to climb, and you're going to have all these things, but you really feel like it's to the right. But the drone can see that you need to take a left, because that's an easier path to to where you're going, and it's going to be beautiful. And so I feel like anytime an obstacle shows up, it's to put us on that path that is easier, even though it's different from what we thought. So it feels like an obstacle. Yes, the path of least resistance. It feels like an obstacle in the moment. And as soon as you can switch that thought to, ooh, what is this helping me with? It takes the sting away, and it's no longer an obstacle. It's a growth. It's something that is amazing. And for those that that know who Abraham Hicks is, one of the things I love Abraham Hicks. And I was listening one time to a recording that they had, and her and Esther and Jerry were in their motor home, and something happened where they had glass shelves with all these little trinkets from all their travels and everything, and something happened where that glass shelf shattered everywhere. The stuff was broken, and it was all this stuff. And she said that Jerry was so amazing. He walked in there and he looked at it and he said, "Ah, something new to want." And so, see, most of the time we would say, "Oh my gosh, all of that stuff is broken. Now I got to clean it up," and all that stuff, right? So if every time an obstacle showed up, you could say, "Oh, something new to want," wouldn't that just feel so much better? And then just think of the things that are going to be coming to you because you're feeling it, right? So I just love that story, I will say. All right. So I have a client I have to get to. So Wendy, do your thing. She is always so good at giving me the closing statement, the closing thought. And I've done it a few times without her, I will be honest. And they don't always end up the same way, right? Okay. I love it, Wendy. And thank you, Robin. Spend your day discovering new opportunities. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Oh, and today, I'll see you today at 3 p.m. Eastern in the live, right? All right. So I will see you then. Mwah.